like me better when I wasn't yours. I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back to who I was before. I like me better, I like me better, yeah.
What's good? What's poppin', Golden Baes? Welcome back to another video. If you are new, welcome. My name is Dominique. I am a new graduate nursing student. I just walked the stage on Sunday and I had my pitting ceremony on Wednesday. But if you are not new, welcome back, girl. I missed you. I know, long time no speak. We're gonna catch up in this video, okay? But if you're new, welcome. I'm Dominique. I'm 22 years old, and like I said, I just graduated on Sunday. And welcome. Just hit the subscribe button, stick around. I'm sure you'll love it here. So yeah, I am finished with nursing school, y'all. Like, I graduated on Sunday. I had my pinning ceremony on Wednesday. And while we're on that topic, let's go ahead and roll the clips, okay? Let's go ahead and watch graduation all over again.
I used to take myself on dates. Everything on my plate. Sometimes I'd even get the steak. Cause I got it like that. Always had my own bag. Never needed no man to rely on. Got two good shoulders to cry on. I was alright on my own till I fell, but it wasn't fake. And I couldn't tell at the time, but I was my own soulmate. It's like I forgot I was fine, let you treat me any kind of way. And now I'm free, you gotta celebrate. You couldn't see everything is straight. If I gotta choose me, I'm not afraid to. If I gotta choose me, I gotta do what I gotta do. When I love you, I lose me. No, I can't be attached to you no more. I like me better when I wasn't yours. I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back to who I was before. I like me better, I like me better, I like me better, yeah, yeah. I like me better, I like me better when I wasn't yours. I like me better, I like me better, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I gave you all that you asked of me. You like the view from behind, but you won't make an ass of me. That's why I'm saying goodbye. Hopping out my feelings, get to the money. Gotta keep it 100. Leaving you ain't really took nothing from me. So don't come looking for me. I'm that bitch and I have it. You forgot but I haven't. You was just a no habit. So I'ma disappear like magic. I'm that bitch and I have it. You forgot but I haven't. Now you wish that you had it. But all I gotta say back is,
if I gotta choose me, I won't be afraid to. If I gotta choose me, I gotta do what I gotta do. When I love you, I lose me. No, I can't be attached to you no more. I like me better when I wasn't yours. I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back.
Dominique Dooley.
You guys, I lie to you not, it does not even feel like I finished nursing school. It just feels like I'm on like a long weekend or something. It has not hit me yet. I did not cry. I even tweeted that on my graduation day. I know I'm going to be crying all day. I did not shed one tear. Even at the pinning, I did not cry. I just thought I was going to be super emotional, but I'm really excited. Like I mentioned in my chit chat, get ready with me. There is so much more to come. In my chit chat, get ready with me, I did my hair and things like that, and I answered you guys' question. And the main question that I got is, what's next, like what's to come, what, you know, like what's after nursing school. And I just talked to you guys about that, so make sure you go ahead and head over to that video to check it out. I talked to you guys about what plans I have up my sleeve and things like that. So yes, let's go ahead and get into my semester 4 recap. I'm really excited to share with you guys my experience of my senior semester, which I would have to say is my favorite semester out of all 4, and I'm going to tell you guys why in a bit. But yeah, let's go ahead and get straight into the video. Alright, so recap of semester 4. I would have to say semester 4 was by far my favorite semester, and I would say it was my favorite semester because of the content that we covered, and I'm going to get into that in 1 second. But semester 4 for me was broken up into 2 parts. So part 1 was just like any other semester, and part 2 consisted of preceptorship. And you guys, if you see me looking down, then you know that I have my notes written out. We always got a game plan when it comes to my videos, okay? I do not want to miss anything. So like I said, it was 2 parts to my 4th semester, my senior semester, and again, it was by far my favorite. So part 1 was like any other semester, but this time it was very quick. Typically in our semesters we get 6 units. In semester 4 we only got 4 units. So this meant that you had to be on your A game. You did not have any wiggle room to fail an exam. It was none of that. Usually we have 6 exams and a final. This time we only had 4 exams and a final, and those 2 exams may not sound like, you know, a big deal, but when I tell you guys, when you start getting into numbers and you start doing those averages, girl, it makes a difference, okay? Also, with the unit, you know, being short, we did not have a lot of time to study. You had to be on your A game. Literally, whenever one unit was finished, you had no time, like a day off. No, usually I'll have like a day or 2 off before I hop into the next unit. But no, literally I would finish an exam and then start the next unit that same night. Usually we would have a week and a half until our next exam, but this time we only had a week. And believe me, that half of a week makes a big difference. That half a week could be that, you know, black line between you understanding the content and you not understanding the content and, you know, failing the exam. So it was very like fast-paced. It was very fast-paced, but of course your girl kept up and we got through it, okay? But the main reason why this was my favorite semester was because of the content we were covering. So this unit for us, this semester for us, was emergency, and you guys know I want to be a trauma center nurse, ER nurse, so I absolutely loved learning about head injuries and lacerations and pneumothoraxes, everything that you would see in the ER. Of course, if you were to get someone who has a big laceration to the head, they're going to the ER, they're going to the trauma. So this was more so my speed, chest tubes, everything. I loved everything about this semester. Again, with it being very fast-paced and content heavy, I enjoyed it. I've never loved listening to audios more than I ever did in 4th semester, because this is just right up my alley. It's just like how our OB nurses love when we have our OB sections. This was my zhuzh, okay? Your girl was, what's the next section? Like, I was ready. I absolutely love this. Just learning about everything emergency, acute care, titrate, and medications. It was my thing, okay? I also see why they kept ER and trauma last for our 4th semester is because it's very, of course, advanced. You're definitely pulling knowledge from 2nd semester, 3rd semester, and you're applying it in these acute care situations. So for instance, someone who comes in with a head injury, you're automatically thinking about ICP, increased intracranial pressure, which is something we learned about in semester 2. You're taking those foundation bricks and you're literally just building on top of it, and that's just something that I really enjoyed. Again, it was just pulling information from previous semesters and adding new knowledge on top, which of course you're doing every single semester. You're literally building on top of those bricks, and this may not be how your program is set up, but for my particular program, they did leave ER and like emergency acute care topics for the very last semester, which I think was perfect because you definitely had to take information from semester 2 and apply it, and then take some, you know, just taking things from different semesters and just adding on top of it, and you have to critically think, and I enjoyed it. So that's how I know this is this is for me. While of course juggling our exams and things like that, we did have clinicals, so we were back in clinicals for semester 4 as normal, once a week for us. And as far as assignments, they were normal for me. Our passports are due every night before class. You guys know about my passports. That is how part 1 of semester 4 went for me. It was just normal, you know, 4 exams, 1 final, and then again, I really loved it because of the content was acute care and my normal QSIN project. And again, we were back in clinicals once a week at your assigned hospital. Now, aside from everything being normal in part 1 as far as exams and things like that, I did have to take my HESI exit exam, and I will be making a separate video on that because I know I have a lot of you who want to know how to study, what I studied, and things like that. So I'm not going to be talking about the HESI a lot here on my semester recap, but I did have to take my HESI exit exam. I took it on November the 30th, and I did pass with a 1301, and I think the highest score that you can get is a 16. So I will be talking to you guys about how I passed and things like that, how to study, and what I use to study. So that's everything that happened in part 1 of 4th semester. It was mainly like, you know, lecture type of work, exams, and things like that. Now let's go ahead and get into part 2 of semester 4. Part 2 of semester 4 for me consisted of preceptorship. Preceptorship is when you are paired one-on-one with a nurse, and I really like this compared to clinical because usually in clinical you'll have one nurse assigned to maybe 2 or 3 students, versus preceptorship you are one-on-one, you are completing 12.5-hour shifts. So for me, I did have to complete 5 12.5-hour shifts, not paid, girl, okay? I was not paid, but you do have to complete 12.5-hour shifts, but you are one-on-one with a nurse, which is amazing. So I also enjoyed preceptorship. Again, this is why I feel like semester 4 was my favorite semester, because I really enjoyed the content. I enjoyed preceptorship. Like, I just really enjoyed semester 4. So preceptorship, I was assigned a nurse, loved her, she was amazing. And the goal of preceptorship is each shift that you go, you are going to pretty much increase your workload. So of course, the first day that I went to preceptorship, I think I only had like 1 patient, and it was really just me shadowing my nurse and seeing what her routine is. I see how she receives report and things like that. I'll see what she does at what time. By the 2nd shift, 3rd shift, all the way up to the 5th shift, I'm getting 1 more patient each time. I'm the one that's getting report. I'm the one that's giving report and things like that. I'm the one that's solely passing medications. I remember by my 5th shift, my nurse was just sitting down. Like, I would just use her badge because of course I don't have access into the medication room. So I would just need her badge to like get into the medication room. She'll double check anything that I do before like I sign, because I'm always signing with her name because I'm not a nurse yet. She'll just double check, but I was doing things on my own. I was getting report, giving medications, taking patients down to CT and things like that. Now, do keep in mind, I did have preceptorship at my job and on my floor, which I really liked because I was familiar with the unit. I was familiar with the hospital. I knew where everything was. But again, I still don't have access to the medication room because even at my job, I am a nurse extern. I'm not a nurse, so they do not give me access to the medication room. And again, with me, you know, working on the unit, I know who the secretary is, I know the other nurses and things like that. So I really thought that was beneficial that I had my preceptorship at my job. I know my school purposely set that up because they asked us for, you know, like our manager's name, her number, where we work, like what unit, and I wasn't the only one. A few people that I know that work at my hospital, we were all, you know, doing preceptorship there on our floor. So I really like that because I was comfortable where I was. You know, I wasn't at like a new hospital, don't know anyone, don't know where anything is and things like that. So definitely love that part. Again, I really enjoyed preceptorship because it made me feel like a nurse. You know, I was doing everything on my own. Of course, I had my preceptor next to me just to, you know, check things off, make sure I was doing them right. But I really got to feel like a nurse and critically think. I had a patient that, you know, was getting a blood pressure lowering medication, and he was also prescribed a diuretic. And I'm sitting here telling my nurse like, hey, I don't know if we should give this. And she was like, right, we're going going to hold this, we're going to give this one, and then we're going to chart why we're not giving it. So just, you know, being in the hospital and actually seeing that versus, of course, seeing it on the test, it's two different things. You have to learn how to look at lab values, learn to know when to call the doctor because someone's potassium is low, you know, because that's very critical. You definitely learn how to critically think, and that's why, again, I feel like, I keep saying it, but that's why I feel like fourth semester was my favorite, because I really felt like a nurse. It was like, okay, now it's time to apply everything, you know. And again, just being on my floor, it was just really sweet, you know, seeing my manager and all of my nurse co-workers like, hey girl, okay, we see you in a blue scrubs and the navy scrubs. So yeah, I really enjoyed preceptorship, but again, it was mainly for the experience. I really got to be a nurse for the day, and I was there all day from 7 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. That was the other thing. That was like the only thing I did not like. My nurse was day shift, and you guys know I am night shift as a nurse extern. So I was like literally how people feel when they work night shift for the first time. That's how I felt going into day shift. I was like, bro, what is this? I do not wake up early, y'all. Waking up at 5 a.m. is not for me, okay? I already know when I get my license, I'm going to be a night nurse. I cannot do 7 a.m. I don't know. I really cannot see me doing day shift. Although I would have, you know, a regular circadian rhythm, I just feel like my body has gotten used to night shift. So again, me getting up at 7 a.m. was just throwing me off. But my nurse was a day shift nurse, so I did have to stick with her, and I had to do whatever day she did, I had to go. And I was like, day shift is a no for me. Aside from preceptorship, as far as paperwork, I did have some papers, you know, for my nurse to fill out. She had to do a midterm review for me. She also had to do a final review for me and things like that. She had papers to sign. Keep in mind, those papers do go to the Florida Board of Nursing just to say, hey, she did have preceptorship. She worked this many shifts. She worked this many hours, and this is who she, you know, was precepting with. So those papers did have to be signed by my nurse. All those got turned into my professor and things like that. As far as like actual papers in preceptorship, we did have a few. I had one APA paper due. It was only 2 pages. It was like easy peasy. They asked us 4 questions, APA format. That was easy. I think I knocked that out in like 2 hours, girl. Like seriously. Got an A on it, okay? And then also I had 2 journal entries. Those were easy. It was, of course, no right or wrong answer. You just pretty much had to complete it. It was just asking about your experience on your first and your last preceptorship day. That was it as far as paperwork for preceptorship. Now, my very last day, which was on the 13th, it was the day that I walked. So I did walk for graduation on the 12th. I walked across the stage on the 12th. However, my official last day of nursing school was Monday, the 13th of December. So that is when I took all of those preceptorship papers from my nurse to my instructor, and he signed off next to her to say to the board, hey, I confirm that she worked this many shifts and things like that. And of course, while I was at preceptorship, my instructor was coming by to see me. Hey, how is everything going? What did you learn today? He actually, you know, did some NCLEX review questions with us and things like that. I also enjoyed my instructor alongside my preceptor nurse. So he was amazing. He's actually an MD. He went to get his RN, his BSN, his NP, and then he went off to medical school. So he is a doctor. So again, y'all, 4th semester was literally my favorite semester. And of course, my preceptor nurse and my instructor, they all had like, you know, a big influence on it, because had I had like, you know, a nurse that really wasn't into precepting and they really don't want to teach me, all that, you know, creates a experience. So I really had a good experience with preceptorship and my instructor and my nurse, thank God, because y'all, I would have been crying for the last 5 weeks, because like I said, I did have to do 5 shifts, at least 1 per week. So preceptorship was like 6 weeks, either 6 or 7 weeks, because I think the first week was like a trial week, and then that's when we got started. So thank God I had a good nurse and a good instructor, okay? Also for preceptorship, it was a requirement that we complete some community service hours. So me and Kelsey, we just went ahead and did it together. We went down south to a food bank. We had fun. It was like a community event out in like a soccer field. It was pretty fun. We just helped, you know, break down and things like that. I'll actually have their information listed down below in case you are looking for some community service hours and you are located in the South Florida area. I'll have them listed down below. They always have something open for you to do. I've actually volunteered with this company before, even before I started nursing school. I went to help package canned goods for those who are, you know, less fortunate, and I really enjoyed it. So again, I'll have them listed down below. I really love them because everything is very organized. You know who the head is, and then they'll tell you what to do once you get there. So if you are looking for community service hours, or you just want to go and volunteer, I highly suggest it, especially for the holidays. I think it's something very good to do for the holidays by giving back. I would definitely suggest doing a food bank. So make sure you check my description box down below. Also, in part 2 of semester 4, which was preceptorship, we did have to do NCLEX questions, and you guys, I will have a separate video again on HESI and NCLEX, how I studied and things like that, what resources I'm using for NCLEX and everything like that, so do not worry. But for preceptorship, we did have to upload proof that we were doing practice questions. So in that 6 or 7 week span, because I really cannot remember how long preceptorship was, the last day to turn in our questions was December 13th, and we had a total of 1,200 questions, but they were broken down into modules. So module 1 would say, okay, we want you to complete 75 questions in the neuro section. We want you to complete 25 in cardiac. So each module had specific things that they wanted you to do. Once you do it, you take a screenshot and you upload it just like an assignment. It was that, simple. But you guys, 1,200 questions is a lot, and it's definitely a lot when you are doing the questions and then you are going back and reading the rationales. And that's the main thing in nursing school. You want to make sure you're not just doing practice questions and then once you're done, you're done. No, you want to go back and read every single rationale, even if you got the question right, because you want to make sure you're getting it right for that reason. You don't want to get it right for the wrong, for the wrong reason. You want to make sure you know the material. So we did have to complete 1,200 practice questions and upload proof in order for us to get out of nursing school. So that's everything that 4th semester consisted of, as far as exams and paperwork and things like that, and projects and assignments. I also got a question about what do I think was the hardest thing about 4th semester. I think the hardest thing about 4th semester for me was just being mentally exhausted, just knowing that you're so close to that finish line. Like, I graduate in 2 weeks. This is what I was thinking. Like, I graduate in 2 weeks, and 2 weeks sounds like this, but like in the moment, 2 weeks just sounds so far away. And it's because you have so much stuff left to do. I'm thinking like, I graduate in 2 weeks, yet I still have 3 preceptorships left. I still have 600 questions left. Like, this is what I'm thinking. So just being mentally exhausted was definitely something that I noticed in 4th semester more than others, and just seeing that the finish line is so close, yet it feels so far away. So my biggest piece of advice, as always, is to just keep going. If you have to take a break from Instagram, take it. If you have to take a break from YouTube, take it. Whatever you can put on the back burner, do it, because you have to keep that mentality. You have to keep that momentum. You have to pull that energy from other things that really just have to be put on the back burner right now. You have to just put them on the back burner and do it. So that is definitely something I feel like was the hardest for me in 4th semester. I was just emotional. It was just like, I'm so close, yet I'm so far away. It just, and also you're thinking like one small thing could just mess all this up. Like, I have those thoughts too. Like, me missing a shift, a preceptorship, like that could just, throw everything off. So definitely being mentally exhausted was something that I was facing in 4th semester. I took a month off of YouTube. You guys know that. I even took like a week or 2 off of Instagram. I was not posting or anything like that. I don't even know if you guys noticed, but I did receive some DMs. I was like, hey girl, are you okay? Where you been? Like, you not even posting on Instagram. Like, are you okay? But yeah, I definitely had to take a step back, because it's like you're so close, yet it just feels like you're so far away. So in that time, you definitely have to pull your energy from other sources, and just you have to be all in. Like, you really have to be tunnel vision. You have to be all in, and just know that you are graduating in a month. You are graduating in 3 months. Like, you have to be tunnel vision. You have to put that time in. You have to put the effort in. So that is personally something that I faced in 4th semester, was just feeling exhausted. just feeling like I have to post here, I have to post here, I have to be at work, I have to be at preceptorship. Like, it was just too much. So I learned definitely in 4th semester to pull my energy from things that just have to be on the back burner. I had to go ghost because I had to really just, I had to lock in, like, seriously. So that's my biggest piece of advice. That's something that, again, I faced in 4th semester that I found was hard, because again, 4th semester being my favorite semester because you're critically thinking, you are that nurse in 4th semester. So it's not necessarily, to me, it was like content. It wasn't that. It was just locking in and being like, yo, we are so close. Like, we cannot mess anything up right now, especially with HESI. You guys know, if you do not pass the HESI, you do not get out of nursing school. So in my mind, I don't even want to hear about a second HESI testing date, because I think you do get, at my school, I'm not sure about everyone else, but you do get 3 tries at the HESI. The first try, it's free. The second and the third, you do have to pay for it. And I think even when you do not pass it after that, you do have to retake, you know, like, I think it's 4th semester. I'm not exactly sure. I did not want to hear none of that. I don't care about the second retest date, because I'm not retesting, like, we're passing it. So I really had to lock in and just, like, I went ghost, y'all. Like, seriously, like, ghost. I was posting absolutely nowhere. Twitter, and y'all know Twitter is my judge, okay? I'm on Twitter all the time, all the time. I remember I got a question like that when I was doing my chit chat get ready with me. When you feel exhausted, that's when you gotta pull back your energy from other places. That means you're expelling too much energy. You really do. So you gotta lock in, like, seriously. And that's exactly what I had to do in 4th semester. And we graduated, girl. We walked on the 12th, we got pinned on the 15th, and it's up. So before I shut out this semester for recap, I wanted to answer a very big question that I keep getting, which is what's next. And like I said, I did answer this question in my chit chat get ready with me, but I thought I'd answer it here as well. So what's next? The main thing is NCLEX. Like, yay, I passed nursing school, I'm finished with nursing school, but we all know NCLEX is the big dog. Like, that's what really matters, is NCLEX. Y'all know. So I'm about to be locked in again, and starting next week, I'll be creating my study schedule. And like I said, I'll be having a video about this for you guys, about what my study plan is, what I'm using, resources and everything. I actually plan on doing an NCLEX vlog, which is going to be several videos up until I take the NCLEX. Like, every single day, I'm going to show you guys something. I'm going to take you guys up into this testing site with me. I'm going to show you guys after. So I definitely plan on bringing you guys, of course, along on the journey with me. But yes, NCLEX is next, girl. Next is jobs. I plan on starting to apply next week. So next week is really when I'm going to start getting into, you know, like, grind mode. Like I said, I did just walk the stage on Sunday. So this week was kind of my week to get back into YouTube, to relax, to take a breather and celebrate. But next week, we're back in grind mode. I'm creating my study schedule for NCLEX. I'm going to go ahead and start some more practice questions, reviewing my materials and things like that. I'm going to go ahead and spruce up my resume, start applying to some jobs, start seeing if I can get some interviews and everything. So next week, we are back on the grind, girl. This week was enough time for me to relax, you know, have a few margaritas, get back on YouTube, get back, you know, on my social medias and things like that. But we're back in grind mode starting next week. As far as my personal life, you guys, I do plan on moving. As soon as I pass the NCLEX, I plan on getting my own place. And of course, you guys will be coming along with me on that. And again, I talked more about this in my chit chat get ready with me when I was answering your questions, because like I said, guys, I got this question so many times. So I really went into detail in that video. So if you're interested, definitely check it out. But yeah, I'm going to be moving after I pass the NCLEX. We're going to have to furnish the place and everything like that. But definitely check out that video. Y'all was asking about, like, engagement and stuff like that, so y'all check out that video, okay? And as far as a business and YouTube update, I just plan on getting back into YouTube, you know, uploading at least twice a week. My business, Instagram, and even my YouTube, I plan on revamping everything. So you guys get ready for that. I'm probably going to temporarily shut down my business, because I'm going to be revamping that. New everything, new graphics, new everything, because y'all, she's a new girl. She's a nurse now, okay? So we got to revamp everything. I'm really excited for this next chapter, and I cannot wait to bring you guys along with me. But definitely check out my Chit Chat Get Ready With Me, because I talked to you guys a little bit more about that. I also got a ton of questions about like mentoring and tutoring. Yes, it's coming, girl. It's coming. I'm out of nursing school now. It's coming. Okay? It's coming. So, but for right now, I definitely just plan on enjoying my holiday season, you guys. Christmas is in less than 10 days, y'all. Like, I'm trying to get the rest of my Christmas gifts. I'm trying to wrap them all. Listen, I really just want to enjoy my holiday season. I actually have a cruise coming up. You guys will be coming along on that. And speaking about cruises and traveling, that's the main goal that I have in 2022, now that I'm out of nursing school. I know you guys probably think, girl, you already be going places, but if y'all think I travel now that I'm out of school, y'all, you guys know when you're a nurse, you're like, what, 3 on, 4 days off? Listen, I'm about to be in Europe for the weekend, okay? But that's what I want to do. I really want to take my time and travel the world. I want to grow my YouTube. There's so many things that I have up my sleeve that I couldn't do because I was in nursing school, but now we have time, okay? Now we have time, and I'm really excited for this next chapter. But make sure you guys go ahead and check out that Chit Chat Get Ready With Me. I answered a lot of questions, like as far as relationships and things like that, and most of all, what's next. I definitely went more into detail about the tutoring and the mentoring, because I've gotten a lot of questions about that. But I didn't want to do that until I was 100% out of nursing school. That way I can give you guys my undivided attention. I'm complete with nursing school. I can give you guys complete advice since I'm 100% finished. And also, I wanted to wait until I passed the NCLEX. That way you guys are talking to a nurse, okay? But you guys, that is going to go ahead and wrap up today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and you guys know the drill. Until next time, I love you guys so much.
I like me better when I was yours.